Greetings and welcome to my channel. Okay, I think we're live now. Greetings and welcome to my channel. This is Sorcerer Tal. You can also find me online at thesorcerersguild.com as well as on Facebook at the Sorcerers Guild. Oh, I'm coughing like crazy. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Hello, Cora. Okay. So like I said, as I said in the live title of this, this will probably be the last live episode that I do on Facebook. Man, I just can't quit coughing today. Let me get some water. Sorry, it's horrible. I'm just sitting here coughing like crazy at y'all. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, as I was saying, we're going to switch the live stuff to Facebook coming next week because that is well, I just think it's going to work out better. It's got a lot more going on over there that people are ready for. We'll do their pre-recorded stuff over here. Those of you that have been following along with my book, Anarchy's Last Stand, you are going to still hear those on here. They're just not going to be live. I'm going to go ahead and start that over again. Okay? So we're going to record those, pre-recorded, because there's no reason for that to be live. There's no chat that needs to be done while I'm reading a story to you. Okay. So, like I said, this will be our last one on here. We're going to switch to Facebook after this for the live stuff. But I am on here today, and I've got a few things that we'll talk about before I get off. We're probably not going to do the full hour. Just a moment. Let me go ahead and post this on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, my computer is moving very slowly. It's not... What is going on here? My computer's like froze. Okay. Get on to Facebook here. For some reason it's... There we go. Okay. That's the wrong thing. Let's see, did that work or what? So we do have a new computer here that or not computer, a new camera. I don't think we had this last week. I think we were using the laptop camera itself. That's not a very good one. I'm just making sure this link worked. Oh no. Well, that's fun. I used the wrong link. Okay, so let's see. There's a way to share this. There we go. Really need to get used to this. There we are. Let's delete this. Edit post. Right. Okay, we'll just edit post and put in the right link since. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there's hey, there's 7 of us. Kind of ironic. It's a little bit faster than we usually have 7 people on here. For those of you that just showed up, like I was saying, this will be the final episode on YouTube probably for the live stuff. We're going to go to Facebook. How did you first get into sorcery? Well, I was born into it. My great-grandfather was a Manitou for the Swan River Valley Ojibwe, or the Black River Ojibwe, also the Black River Chippewa Reservation, which, those of you that don't know, Ojibwe is the correct term. Chippewa is a French mispronunciation. So he was the Manitou for the Ojibwe Swan River Valley tribe and the Black River Chippewa Reservation. In fact, I've got pictures of him negotiating with George Romney way back in the day. So I got a picture of him, and he's got like this buffalo hat and like all the proper gear to be a Manitou or a Meadowan, because those are different things. But we can get into that in a moment. My point there is that well, he died before I was born, unfortunately. But before he died, he told my father that his firstborn son would be the next Manitou. I'm not a Meadowan. I'm only a Manitou. A Meadowan is more like your original concept of a medicine man. A Meadowan is an herbalist, and they actually have official training. There's stuff that they have. Meadowan actually means Society of the Dawn. It's almost like a secret society that exchanged information about herbs and different things like that. I myself am the other part, Manitou. And a Manitou doesn't really translate into medicine man or shaman. Well, maybe more the true meaning of the word shaman, as in someone who goes on spiritual journeys and stuff like that, because that's what I do. But really, the word Manitou would translate better into sorcerer, because it also is a mystery. The word means a couple things. It means mystery, it means magic, it means spirit, also means sorcerer. And that is a much more instinctual practice. There are things that were passed down to me vicariously from my great grandfather and from my uncles, my nanny, or my grandma. And well, quite frankly, he died before I was born, but that's not to say I've never met the man. I mean, we're both Manitous. Being alive isn't dying doesn't end the job, I guess you could say. Bouncing the thing all over the place. Anyways, so the things that I was going to talk about today, let me get those updates out of the way one more time. We are going to be moving to Facebook as of next week for the live stuff. Those of you that are here to listen to the story Anarchy's Last Stand, I'm going to pre-record those, but I'm starting over again because trying to watch them in a live video, fishing them out, is just ridiculous. So we're going to pre-record those. I'll be starting again probably this week. Next Sunday, I will go live, but on Facebook. Probably same time. Yes, at least for now. Sunday at 7, I will go live again, but it will be on Facebook. Maybe I'll post a link to here in the community post section. And okay, that's that. Now, I may be moving as well. That hasn't been completely determined, but I'm going to be traveling during the week at the very least. And on them travels, I have a hot spring that I will be going to on Saturdays. I may even post when, for those of you that are in Utah and might want to meet up with me. I'll be going to the Fifth Water Hot Spring. And that's part of what we want to talk about today. Okay, so it's just a cool story of what happened while I was up there. And tell you a little bit about the place. It's in Spanish Fork by the Diamond Fork Campground. It's just 2.5-hour hike up the trail. And there's several hot springs there. And we're going to have a discussion on hot springs. I thought about doing it while I was up there, but I didn't have the equipment that time. So we'll have one up there, and then maybe that'll be the first of the Sorcerer Tale Gone Wild, because those are still going to happen. Just been a bit delayed, because I've been very busy when I'm all the way out there. Okay, so anyways, I hiked up there the last, well, I guess it'd be yesterday. Okay, so I hiked up there yesterday. I went into all the springs, and I wound in one of the ones lower down that's a little colder than the others. It's about like a bathtub. It's actually really pleasant in there, nice and deep, flowing water. It's wonderful. But I'm sitting there enjoying myself, and I notice this water spider, and he's poised down over the water like waiting for a water skier to come by. And I start talking to the spider. That's one of the things we should do with these hot springs and places where we're communing with nature is to literally try to speak with the animals, because that is our easiest form of communication. So I started speaking to the spider, and I started referring to him as Anansi, which is a trickster spider spirit. And as I'm watching this water spider pose down, waiting for a water skeeter, first I offered to try to herd a water skeeter to him. Didn't succeed in that, and that's probably a good thing as this story continues. So, anyways, I'm watching this spider, and he eventually spotted a water skeeter on his own that was up against the rocks, like pinned up there, trying to hide itself. And then he goes over there and he starts messing with it, like trying to get at it. And the skeeter jumps up and runs around and manages back up against the wall, and the spider can't get to him. And then the spider, this is where it starts getting strange. That spider goes crawling up to his web, and there's the same type of spider up on the web, and he goes running up to him, and they like circle around for a minute, and then they lock jaws, like mouth to mouth, for this first time not very long, just a couple seconds, and then they broke, and the second spider went running up the web and didn't completely leave. It just stood up there a ways, and then the first spider goes back down to the web that was on originally and starts getting ready again, but it seems like it's looking for that first skeeter still. So it sits there for a while, and then it goes back on the rocks, and that skeeter moves around some. And this time, when it jumps up, I try to block it. Like, I get in the way so that the skeeter can't escape back into the main pool. And as I'm doing that, I suddenly feel a prick on my hand, like a sting. Now, those of you that have been following me on the Sorcerers Guild may be familiar with my posts. That is actually, well, it's my spidey sense. I have a warning system that if I'm making a wrong decision or doing anything that's placing myself in danger, I get a prick in my hand. And there was the prick. So I was like, oh, uh-oh. So I backed off a little bit. And as I'm doing this, the spider actually gives up again. The skeeter goes up, back up against the wall. The spider, I guess you could say, gives up again. I don't know what he's doing. But that second spider starts coming down the web. And I guess the second spider sensed him coming or something. He comes running over that way. And then spiders circle each other much more slowly this time, a few times. And then they lock mouths again. And see, it was the strangest thing because I'm not sure they were fighting. I don't know what they were doing, because if they were fighting, it seems like they would actually be trying to bite each other. Instead, they actually locked mouths right there on the web. And this time they held it for like 30 seconds or more. And the one that was up, by the way, I think one was male and one was female, because the one that was down in the water doing the thing, it was like brown and with lighter brown stripes, kind of like. And that second spider, same shape, same size, but it was like a light pinkish brown, almost like a mauve color. Anyways, they locked mouths for about 30 seconds, and then the other one comes down, and then it runs back down there, and it starts trying to catch the skeeter again. And when the skeeter moves out, I again move in, despite the prick on my hand. And this time, I felt a prick on my elbow, which is along the same lines. Those are things that is an indication that there is actually negative energy being directed at me. So there's something going on here, right, between the skeeter and the spider that I'm not supposed to be involved in. So I backed off a second time, let Anansi and the spider figure it out for themselves. It's a very strange incident. Anyways, the hot spring itself, like I said, we will be having a video on that and the magical properties of hot springs. For now, just know that it is an interesting place to meet with spirits. There is an in-between there. It's like there is at shorelines, especially at the ocean. We talk about this in-between place where land meets water. Well, these are a more sacred version of that. Hot springs are somewhere where energy from the center of the earth is heated water and brought it up through the ground. So we are contacting, it's an in-between not only of water and land, but it's an in-between between the surface of the earth and the magma within. So it is in between in much more ways. Anyways, like I said, we're not going to do the full hour today. I feel like it would be more conducive to switch these videos to Facebook. So from now on, the live stuff will be on Facebook. I know I've repeated this stuff several times, but that's the main reason that I got on today. I'm going to be getting off in just a minute. Okay, we're switching the live stuff to Facebook. The story from the book that I wrote, those are going to be pre-recorded. So those of you that actually have been listening to that, I'm not going to leave you high and dry. We're going to finish the series. And of course, you can order the book and read it for yourself or read along as those continue. But we will be posting those. I will get back to my regular programming. Sadly, we didn't do anything this week, as you know, getting used to a new schedule along with reintegrating the new parts of myself. So anyways, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you once again for joining me. I hope to see you over on Facebook for the live stuff, but stick around here. We're going to go back to more of the format of what we was at originally. So yeah, this is far from the end of my YouTube. Just switching the live stuff over to I feel like it'd be more conducive. There's more of a active community on there in Soup and the Sorcerers Guild, and we're going to take the YouTube back to what it was as a supplement to that. So I'm still going to be doing all the recorded stuff I've been doing all along. Probably do more now that I'm taking off a little bit of the stress, taking some of the videos over to Facebook. Okay, so that's going to be it for this episode. And you're welcome, Cora. I do enjoy this live stuff. I hope to see you over there on Facebook. Any of you that don't have me on the friends list over there that are here, remember to send me a friend request. Sorcerer Tal or Art Blakely, or just join the Sorcerers Guild. If you haven't already, I will be setting, obviously if we're going on Facebook Live, I'm going to be posting links in both the Guild and in Soup. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get off. See you on Facebook as well as back on here. Bright blessings and an interesting fate. This has been Sorcerer Tal.